Good morning, this is Bonsai Anonymous, and we're going to try this again. This is my little watch, and which I stupidly hardly ever use out here. What it helps me to do to see what is on the camera when it's working, and it's working perfectly. Okay, so what's the project for today? This is what okay. Wow, that's something else. I can't even get the whole thing in the view. Anyway, this is a strangler fig, and it was in well, I'll show you what it's here somewhere. Yeah, it's right over here. It was in this, and as you can tell, it's full of water. There's no drain here. So every day I would sit and look at this thing and just be filled with water. So I took it out of there. And now I have to decide what I want to do. The other thing I noticed was that a lot of this wire is superfluous at the moment. I like that word. If I'm correct, it means not needed, extra, not too much. Not related. And I kept thinking this was cutting in, because from where I'm sitting in the hot tub, it looks like it. Speaking of sitting in the hot tub, boy, I'm going to hit it big. Okay, so this is a pretty good example of double branch wiring while I'm here. This tree, this branch, and this branch are wired together. So when I take this one off, I lose my anchor on this one, which is, I think, is okay. I think it's all right. See if I can get this out of here without breaking it. That'll be a plus. I broke one yesterday, and that really, I hate when that happens. Could I do this without taking it? In other words, a simpler way? Sure. And the way is this. This piece is actually too much. It's getting in the way, so I'll just take it right there. And the chances are that we'll use it later on something. I have all this bonsai wire, roll after roll, and yet when it's time to pick some up, I always take the used wire. Okay, so that could be a little lower, but it's okay. Let's look in here. Lots of weeds. I don't think I'm going to repot him again. I'm just going to look here and maybe let him dry out a little bit. And with leaves and stuff in here. And there's no white tag. Now that doesn't mean that there never was one, but there isn't right now. And what that generally means is that this was done a long time ago, where I was doing white tags. Let's see what happens when I unleash it here. Because I don't know. I don't remember what I was doing initially. I'm going to take all of these out, see if this tree stays where I put it. Okay, it was holding it up so it didn't fall over. And I don't think it's going to fall over now. All right? So this is a really tall tree. I don't think I'm going to be able to get you all in here. Let's put this up a little, like that. Let's see if that helps. Where's the top of the tree? Way up here? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, lots of roots in here are growing into the dirt. And I don't think we need the ones that go outside the pot. So what I'm going to do with those is I'm going to cut off a little here, put the rest of it in the pot. So we can go in. All right, some of these are dead. They don't even need to be cut, they just come off. You can go back in the pot. Actually, I don't want you outside the pot, so we'll let you have those. Okay, you can come out. It's really kind of an interesting root structure in here. See it? Okay, so we've taken these you can see here on the pot, let's put it back down a little. You can see here on the pot where the level of the water was that this was sitting in. Actually makes the pot look cool, I think. These are all old bamboo sticks that I saved to prop things up. Now he's going over at an angle now. That's okay. So I got to decide where the front of the tree is. This one looks kind of broken. All right, so while we're thinking, let's do a few things. That is, get rid of the leaves that are going downward. That's kind of a constant from bonsai videos I watch. Get rid of the branches and leaves that go down, because they're not going to play into the pads that I hope to be able to make out of this sometime. This has been broken. This was broken right here. So I don't think I can do anything with this right now. And this one seems like it's broken. Let's look. No, I don't know. I don't think I can do anything with it either, oddly enough. It seems broken. Okay, put that back up a little. Let's see, do we get it now? Yeah, right there, it seems to be broken. Or that branch is just not hanging right. Okay, so what else can I do? Well, stand up and look up here. We got some problems up here, and they're all the same thing. They're all bugs, and so we're going to take the ones off that look bad. That's all of those. And over here, they're not too good. And we'll leave you. Okay, that's a trim. Let's see here. What do I want to actually do with you? I think. I don't think you're going to be in much. I'll bend you a little bit. It says that these little stem ends fall off over time. I haven't really experienced that happening. So, I don't know. I think that might be about all I can do with this one today. But we can say that you are fertilized, which this means. Now we get another white tag. You graduated. You lived long enough to get a white tag. It's like what's the first belt? The white belt in karate. Yay. So this is a strangler fig. Pruned 3/16/24. Must have had a bad day 2 days ago. I don't really actually remember, but because I keep a record in the phone of what happens in the day, and there's nothing there for yesterday at all. So who knows? And it doesn't matter. I can't remember, and even if it was written down, I wouldn't be able to say if it was true or not. Okay, so let's look at this pot. I may be done with this for right now. Let's see if I can. No, that's got to stay because this is being bent slightly. All right, so we're going to take a little bit more of this out. It's definitely cutting the tree. It might be time to reevaluate whether this needs to be here when I take it off. I don't know if these trees recover from this stuff very easily. Now, let's see if we can find any of this. I think it's just tape, unfortunately. Yeah, it's tape. Yeah, it's a strong tape too. Let's just keep it. This may be a whole video getting this tape off. All right, I heard it. Turn around. I don't know if this tape is good for this. It's white packing tape, more or less, Gorilla tape. And I'm noticing that it doesn't like to come off very much. In fact, maybe bark with it. No, I don't know. The bark is green under there. What does that mean? Somebody can tell me. Somebody can tell me what it means. Maybe because it has been not exposed to the air. Maybe it's not a great idea for that reason. Okay. What I'm going to do, this looks a little raw. Looks a little raw. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if you can. Where's the raw spot? Right there. Okay, that's where this tape came from. And, I think I won't use that tape anymore. But is it broken still? It might still be broken. So, the only thing I have that I can do to this, besides learn that it's not a good idea, is put some of this on it. This is, they call it cut paste, and it's supposed to stop fungus and help healing. So I plastered on there like you know what we're doing. Okay. And this, let's see, I always wipe everything off on my table here. I graduated from wiping it off of my pants. Okay, so that, I don't think, you know, it's just not going to take. So let's get rid of it. We'll do it right here. Have another chance at it. Now, I don't need to save this because we have so many of these in the yard. Okay, so what has happened is now this is gone, and it probably will resprout. I'm thinking it will. Let's put some more of that on the actual end of that. Erased all that we put it on before. Wasn't healed. So maybe I need to write on here that I took off a branch. Let's see here. Branch removed. Unhealed. I'm starting to try to remember to write more things on these tags. Trying to remember, wow, that's a good one. Because my memory's failing. All right, so let's look in here. Is there anything else we want to do before we get rid of this? Well, nice roots in there. Okay, let's talk about one more thing before I move on. And that is this pot. This pot, I believe, was originally all the way up here. Okay, all the way up here. All the way around. And over time, it has broken. At least, I don't know, that doesn't really look broken to me. And it's weird because I've got a pink t-shirt underneath here. It's probably one of these LGBT t-shirts that I have so many of. Okay, so that's pretty nice, but I mean that actually works better. Why? Because this was sticking out, kind of going in front. And the only reason I'm keeping it now, it may come back. And I don't know what I'll do with it, maybe try to put it in there, but really need one to come out here. How that's going to happen, I don't know. Okay, so, all right, so this pot has, what it's done is, over time, in there, you might be able to see where it was, the dirt, because there's roots coming out. But then over time, as I water it, dirt falls out these holes, that one especially, and let's see unfortunately, the front, kind of, that I have decided to be the front, obscures the roots. I don't know if I cut through this with this. It's concrete. Okay, that's helpful. Let's do this one too. I can't do this with a clay pot very usually, or a cement one. And I'm sure it's helping my, what do you call it, airline, my scissors to do this. And I didn't really gain anything. And that's where I'd like the front to be. Can I do it? Yeah, I can. So we're going to change it. This is going to be the front, and we're going to be able to look in here and see it. You know, now that I'm looking at this, this is a really old, one of my Japanese, what's it called, character things that means front. So, there's a bug. See him? Sure, he's good for you. There's a few of them in there. I don't think bugs are hurting this tree, at least those. There's something happening up here. Now, okay, so this tree kind of gets neglected. It sits over by one of my fountains that I don't go over by very often. I love grape sugar-free drink when I'm out here because I just get so dehydrated. I drink a lot. Coffee. Okay, so that's going to be my front now. That means that these have to go like this. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Well, it's easy. We're just going to, we can just do it right here. We don't need to do any extensive wiring at all. All right, well, let's see here. This time I'm not going to make it as tight because we really don't have to do too much with this. Just pull them back a little. Come on. I don't think I'll need 2 wires, but I guess I need this. This doesn't do it. I could do it a little more. More. Okay. Let's leave them apart. Okay. This one goes this way. Still could go back farther. All right. I don't know if it's going to go back any farther than that with that wire. Should probably. Okay, maybe I'll put this other piece on. Because I really want that to be farther back than it is, and it's not really doing it. So this piece is slightly thinner than that one, which may be a mistake. And why did I pick it? Well, because it was right in front of my face here. Okay, so this piece is going to go around here again a little. Like that, and then here, over here, around again. It's almost like a game trying to figure out how to do this. There we go. Like that. See if you get me back any farther. Okay. Almost it. Almost. All right, I'm going to stick with that. The top of the tree is still problematic, but since I already broke one branch off, I'm going to leave it there. Now, what do I want to put down in here? I want something that will show off the roots. And so what I'm going to put in, I think, is this white stuff. the roots are kind of, I think, extraordinary in this. So here's some white. Try not to spill too much. It's not the most expensive thing in the world, but it's not free either. Okay, so we're going to just move you around a little, get you everywhere. Okay, so probably what will happen is that as I water this, some of the sand is going to come out of the front, right? Some of the sand is going to just wash out, and that's just going to have to just deal with that. All right, so I'm going to water you. My new favorite. This is Revive, and it is a very weak fertilizer that has something else in it that makes trees like. I don't know what. It's fun to watch the water go down those roots, kind of drip down there. All right, so that is what I want to do with that. So the front is now here. You can see those roots, and maybe better roots in back, but these aren't going that way. They've sat this direction so long that they're not going to change. Okay, let me put this down just a little more, like that. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. All right, this is Bonsai Anonymous, out with my first tree of the day.